you heard was it should be Stands with Fists when it comes on. It's actually the song that plays for the Postal 2 downloadable content ending. Uh, it, Earlier this year, I believe Postal 2 ended up releasing a DLC called Paradise Lost that gives you an extra week. You remember me playing Postal 2 in the Apocalypse Weekend expansion packs on this stream before. Well, this thing's been fairly recent, and the DLC just came out. Wait, I'm throwing my fucking self off. I'm sorry. Ugh. Ugh. It's just there. Just gonna put myself on Do Not Disturb so people won't be bugging me. Greasy, probably fucking. Yeah, I probably ate it too quick. Yeah, I really should not brush my system. That's always a bad idea. Anyways, yeah. Thanks to a fan of mine, I ended up getting that Postal 2 DLC. I played with it last week. It took me about a total of 5.5 hours to go through the entire week. And sadly, I ended up having to cheat on Friday because there was multiple boss fights, and it was just too fucking tiring after several tries, and I couldn't even figure out how the hell to fucking go through it because it fucking killed me before I can even get it through the halfway mark. And yeah, sadly, I know it's just but I played with it, and aside of the difficult boss fights, I'm not sure if I should spoil you or not. Maybe not. I don't know. Would you guys want to hear? If you even well, you say you hear me, but if you guys are even paying attention, the audio should be fine. You guys can hear me, and this doesn't say that it's muted, so maybe it's just a massive delay or something. Yeah. I don't know, but anyways, I might as well just spoil it for a little bit, not too majorly. In a DLC pack, you got to go through Monday and Friday. You got to deal with the same shit in Postal 2 that you'll have to deal with again in the DLC content. And the last on the Friday, you have to deal with three major boss fights. And some of the boss, let's see, there's 2 boss fights that'll have to deal with 3 rounds of having to deal with damage and all the way to defeat. And then 1 last boss fight that you'll just have to fucking it's just all 1 round. And then on the last day, you just got to get the hell out of Paradise. And it was pretty exhausting. And the song that I played while I tried to play, but somehow it was muted, and then I had to run back to here and try to start it over unmuted, was the ending theme to Postal 2's Paradise Lost, the DLC. It Stands with Fists song, When It Comes On. And Stands with Fists also had another song used by the Postal 2 developers, Running with Scissors, with its little trailer for the DLC pack. Although you probably would like it, you probably won't. I don't know. And I'm just letting my stomach like freaking calm down. Anyways, I played that for a while. I've also recently played a lot of Heroes and Generals with some friends, So yeah, that was kind of a distraction. Some of those little fucking uh, weird instances ended up being comic form with Gary's mod and all that. But there was still some more like happening with freaking heroes and generals. We tried the U.S. In heroes and generals. You got like currently in its current beta form, you got three factions. You got the U.S., you got the Germans, and they've added a little while ago Russians. And we tried the U.S. faction, and for some odd, and one of our matches ended up having to be called off because somebody decided to hack the server and take down the network. I don't know why they wanted to do that. I mean, Jesus, can you like fucking not? It's a fucking free to play with the. It's mostly free to play, but if you want the extra perks, you can pay up and all that shit. And seriously, you really don't need to be hacked to win. You just gotta fucking know what you're doing, and you have to be alert all the time. But in this one match, we was playing a tank, and this hacker decides to fucking take down the network. And when it took down the network, it caused this strange glitch that seriously my friend and I noticed, and I might put that in comic form with Gary's mod again. All of a sudden, for some odd reason, this fucking tank that we just saw fucking going forward as the network went down, it all of a sudden went slightly vertical and started fucking floating forward still. And as the network started to go, the tank kept going, and it was gotten to the point where it was 90 degrees vertically, but one of its little wheel track things, the front end of the right track, was touching the ground only. And it was just so fucking weird. We just literally started laughing our asses off because of that absurd glitch. It's just, we ended up trying the German faction, and dear lord, we found out the Americans are fucking assholes. Especially when they get a hold of some guns and some fucking anti-tank rifles when there wasn't very many tanks. And I even have fucking assholes even on the German faction that can be complete dicks. I mean, seriously, one skirmish, I grabbed a hold of a truck, this guy walked up to me, and I was basically asking him, where do you want to go? He took his rifle and shot me in the head, and didn't take the truck. He was on the same side as I am, which is even more fucked up. I was going to drive him because one of the aspects of this is you can work on various skills, and driving was the decent one because I can't shoot for shit, not with the guns they give you for, being at a baseline infantry soldier. And all I basically did was just drove people to whichever points that needed to be captured. And for some odd reason, this guy just decided to just shoot me in the head, take my truck, and drive off. On my faction, too. It's just fucked up. What's even more fucked up? I might as well transition from like what I've dealt with in games to what I had to deal with in current events. I might as well just shift from that to that because there was some more fucked up shit. You guys literally had to just see the barrage of reblogs and all that pertaining to the moronic, I guess for lack of a better word, the moronic Rowan County, Kentucky clerk who decided to refuse to issue marriage licenses because she believes that within her religious heart that gays are still an abomination in the eyes of God, and they're sinners, and she shouldn't allow this sin to continue on. So she was like, nope, I'm not gonna issue you state licenses. Being gay or marrying with your sex is a sin. Especially since she's talking a whole lot of shit, especially with the fucking her divorcing 3 times and had to deal with 4 guys. Her current husband at one point dressed like a fucking hick. And just being downright stupid. Earlier this month, as you guys were aware of, when she decided to fucking go against the whole mandate of the Supreme Court ruling that same-sex is legal throughout the nation, she basically used that argument that God says gays are sinners, I should not allow this sin to continue. The judge says that is a shit excuse. Go to jail. You're in contempt of court. She stayed in jail for a couple of days. There were outrageous cries with the Republicans, who are mostly with a elderly Christian kind of demographic. And in fact, they were so Christian, and with this woman, they decided one of the fucking people decided to host a little party for when she was going to be released from jail for her disobedience. And yeah, this is even fucked up too, because all in all, I heard she was not a Republican, which is what they mostly cater to. Republicans are where the typical Republican is old people, normally people within their 30s, maybe 40s and older, who still believe in the Christian faith and basically don't think much of themselves. And basically they just believe whatever they're told to. And the most fucked up thing is Kim Davis was elected on a Democratic ticket, I believe. She was a Democrat, which was even more weird and more fucked up. I anticipated a Republican to deal with this, but then again, I guess I might as well should have remembered that Louis Black said this about the Democratic and the Republican Party. You basically, when you either vote Republican or Democratic, you just have a choice between two giant balls of shit. And the difference was the smell. And it was revealed a couple of days ago. To see the judge, when they allowed her to be released from jail, they basically told her, you can go back to your job, but this is not going to change the fact that we can allow same-sex marriages to happen, whether you're Sky Daddy, and I heard that term from a fucking atheist on a fucking nightly show. Seriously, they referred to God. This guy referred to God as Sky Daddy, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Whether or not your Sky Daddy says gay marriage is a sin or not, gay marriage is still happening, and you just gotta comply and do your job. But basically, you're not allowed, because you're being a disobedient cunt, to interfere with your office, because we basically allowed them to issue the marriage licenses to the same-sex marriages. They literally had to work around to where all of these were authorized by a higher office when Kim Davis refused to sign them. And recently, and I pretty much showed this like last night, she decided to try to alter those and try to make them licenses void. She basically decided to go against the fucking mandate again, like the stupid cunt that she seems to be. She doesn't get the fucking hit. It's 2015. Same-sex marriages are not a sin. And it doesn't fucking matter what you think. It's legal now. Fucking get over it. You're not in a position to say, to like make little arrangements to conform to your twisted beliefs. You're employed, you are elected, and you are employed by the state. You don't get a hearsay of what you should or shouldn't do. They tell you what needs to be done, and you fucking do it. No questions asked. And if you have any question, and you try to change all that, you're fucking fired. It's that kind of fucked up mentality that's just, it's drilled into your fucking head, and you just basically make it into your own thing. And that's what some of these people are. That's what this bitch is doing. Basically, she believed, yes, if it's not Christian, it's a sin. You're going to hell. And it's just fucking stupid. It's the same kind of mentality that's just such closed-minded mentality. It's the reason why there's a kid in Texas. You heard about this shit. That little kid who made that digital clock out of just household items. Yes, I know. Some people should fucking resign, but I guess she's just too stubborn to deal with it, I guess. But anyways, yeah. That kind of same closed mentality comes back to the kid who made a digital clock in Texas and decided to bring it to school because it was a science project. It was just a simple science project. He wanted to show some stuff around, but then again, he chose to from what I understand, I hear this argument on Real Time with Bill Maher. He doesn't look like the kind of kid that says, "Hey everybody, I made this alarm clock out of household items." He probably just showed it to a few people that he was comfortable with, because us geeks, it's kind of hard to open to people who are different than us or who doesn't appreciate us. It's kind of difficult. And if one of those people thinks that your little homemade digital clock turned out to be a bomb, that's going to bring up a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, that ended up doing a lot of trouble, because all of a sudden this school became such a fucking it's just, they decided to fucking overreact, because unfortunately this is 2015 and we might as well all be afraid of something. And if we like give the enemy a little bit too much leeway, next thing you know, you got a little kid who's gonna bomb a fucking school in the name of Allah. I'm trying to remember, because unfortunately that guy was of the Muslim faith. A little kid named Ahmed. What was it? Ahmed? I stand with Ahmed. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Little Ahmed. He was Muslim-like. He just made an alarm clock out of household items. He was a smart little kid. But some people thought it was a fucking bomb. He just couldn't outright just stand up and say it. He only did so to a few people. And with a fucking politically correct, fucking overprotective, it's, yeah, you want to stop Sandy Hook, but you're also invading the little kids. You're traumatizing the little kids when you have to literally bring in the SWAT teams or call the police on them and say, "Hey, this kid has a bomb," and he's too shy to say, no, it's not a bomb. It's a clock. And then all of a sudden, some people got a little crazy, thinking, yes, it is a bomb, even though there isn't no fucking indication within any of the workings that said it is a fucking bomb. It should, if it was a fucking bomb, we wouldn't be having this kid or a school. It would have been a big giant hole where his fucking what was it, fifth, sixth? I don't fucking know. Where the classroom where where was basically being called a bomb. That classroom would have been a fucking hole, a big giant crater in the building, if it was a bomb. And there would have been a little bit of letter that would have also said, "I am doing this in the name of ISIS" or some shit like that. It's so fucking absurd that you want to stop. You're trying to like stop Sandy Hook or a Boston bombing or whatever, and you're literally just traumatizing people into thinking there always will be some terrorist around the corner. It's fucked up. Oh, another thing too I ended up wanting to deal with. Thank you for bringing that up, Railroader. Thank you. This whole political correct bullshit ended up fucking... Yeah, Railroader heard about this, and I did too. One of the school systems within the Tennessee schools... One of the schools within the Tennessee school system decided to... when all the bullshit happened after that storm roof fucker decided to shoot up the church, you remember how people decided, let's ban the Confederate flag because that is the reason why there are still racism today. No, it's fucking not. Racist assholes and racist propaganda is the reason why there's still racism in this fucking country. And to deal with the people who are trying to like ban certain flags because its history is stained with racism and slavery and blood and everything. Tennessee school system that Railroader is talking about decided to stop, just to fucking shut up and ban any flag at all. Because this banning of the Confederate flag from everything from normal flags to fucking even banning and destroying expensive items made with the Confederate flag imprinted on them. I have a friend of mine who currently works at Walmart that they literally took an expensive box of brass Confederate flag belt buckles and put them through a compactor. And brass belt buckles can be pretty expensive, especially in a big fucking box. Those are pretty fucking expensive. It's just... like I said before, it was too simple a fix that instead of... it's just a fucking workaround and just saying, oh, that's the easiest way out, instead of doing the actual work and try to stop racism, trying to stop people from spreading the propaganda bullshit, stop the hating all around. And oh my fucking god, the hate continues on. I mean, seriously, the whole fucking propaganda is continuing around. Did you end up hearing that that Fox News is thinking that there was a fucking war on cops? The media blew the story completely out of fucking proportion. No fucking shit, man. That's what the media does. It's a simple little story, and they blast it out of proportion for ratings and likes and fucking spreading it around and shit, and it works. The ban was for vehicles only. Yeah, but unfortunately for you, the media didn't even say it was for only vehicles. A lot of people went on the fucking angle of if they're just banning it on vehicles, that's not gonna fucking sell. That's what all the school does. They try to ban certain things to be flown on the backs of vehicles. That wouldn't sell fucking newspapers and shit. Flying a flag from a vehicle is against U.S. code anyway. That is true. I mean, yikes. It's just fucking absurd. everything in it. It's just so fucking absurd. Even a fucking, even a fucking Fox News trying to sell a war on police. There is no fucking war on police. What's your fucking evidence? That one clip in what was it, Florida? Somebody ended up getting what was it, Florida or it's a southern state. A video surfaced earlier this month too. A cop had to pull over a woman for speeding through a school zone. He basically had to stop her from like being a reckless bitch. And she was just fuming mad because she got caught. She was so fuming, she spurted out, "That's the reason why you're getting shot at all the time. You're a bunch of fucking assholes." That's not evidence, man. There is no fucking evidence. It's just another one of those useless propaganda bullshit that actually sells. War sells. And people buy it. They buy into it, and we all become paranoid, fucking schizophrenic people. More people get paranoid, more money for the media. It's just a problem from both sides, a whole lot of sides really. You got crazy people, you got paranoid people afraid for their lives, you got the government that's wanting to do a lot of stuff that isn't for the government. They're just trying to do a lot of other shit around it. And you got the media who's just being bought out, spinning webs of lies, and all that shit is just... It's gotten to the point to where I'm not sure if Anonymous is thinking the exact same thing as I ended up seeing. I do remember within the past few months, video surfaced of 2 accidents that also involved cops and innocent bystanders or people who had to deal with. A California guy noticed that a cop was strolling around his neighborhood as he was hooking his boat up to a truck. He started recording in case the cop tries to do something stupid. He has evidence that says that this cop did something stupid and he won't lie his way out of it. And the cop literally pulled up to the guy, walked out, and withdrew his gun within seconds, aimed straight at the guy, and he was still recording this. And the guy was like, "Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. The video even proves it." And it's actually legal. It's actually legal to be able to tape an officer, as long as it's not interfering with whatever is happening. You could tape an officer doing something wrong, as long as it's not like blatantly interfering. Last Sunday on the 45 in Kentucky. Maybe that's, I'm not thinking of that. There was also a video surfaced of Florida man. A Florida man ended up breaking down on the middle of the highway. He was trying to wave traffic down. It was a busy interstate, and cops were and a cop was dispatched to there. This guy was just literally fuming and shit because I guess he was busy and he just was late for work or something. He was just fucking furious. And when the cop pulled up, the guy just hopped out of his little big giant SUV, talking trash and shit, even approaching the cop, basically looking like he was wanting to kick the cop's ass for being there at the wrong place at the wrong time instead of getting him some fucking help. And the cop, it might have been for self-defense, might have been not, who knows. But the cop decided, you know what, no time for words. Click, taser. Seconds. Literally seconds when the cop comes out and the guy approaches him. It was just seconds. It's probably my end. It's probably if I fucking. There we go. Hopefully it's not my end. I don't know why, but my internet's like not the very best, it seems, currently, because I don't know why. It might be fucking kids that are like interfering with my internets. Well, not my internets, but the whole network around my town or something. Who knows? It's all fucking messed up. Man, I've delayed this shit for almost fucking 41 minutes. Ranting and raving, and also had to take a big giant dump. You guys are probably just fuming. I see one guy seemed to have left during the whole time I was either in the bathroom or spewing my guts out with all this negative bullshit. Maybe I should try to find something positive to talk about. There is something that I need to get out there, and I might put up a poll about this. I might not. Yeah, that's what I need to do. As you know, I went to BronyCon. I ended up buying 2 packs of the Twilight Sparkle Secret Shipfake Folder game. Ooh, excuse me. The Shipfake Folder game base pack. One went to the donor who got me the luggage bag, and one was going to be for myself. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this or not, but one of the roommates that I stayed with gave me their used copy and an extra booster pack, and now I've got just 2 packs. I'm planning to get rid of the new one that I got, and unfortunately this time around I didn't even have much donors. I only got a few commissioners and probably 2, 3, maybe 4 donors total, and it's probably not going to be, and I'm not even sure if they're still wanting stuff or not, because some of them, they've got stuff at the con, except for one guy. I'm not sure, he's currently dealing with a lot of shit, and I don't know, it's just, I want to get rid of it, but I don't have many donors to even come in. So one of the ideas that I spread about was like a little quiz show. I pick up a few people who would want to. I throw up a few questions at them, and the winner gets the pack or whatever. Or I do another goddamn thing, you know, fucking Tumblr reblogs and likes and all that. And, although that's kind of against the rules of Tumblr, all those Tumblr giveaways. That's like, hey, reblog this if you want this. If you like this, you get 2. It's kind of against the rules because Tumblr forbids kind of giving away stuff I've told it's against the rules for, like, you're trying to get like likes and notes and all that, and it's not a really legit reasonable way to get them, as by pulling out a contest to say, hey, if you want this, like or reblog this post, you know, if you want this, I'm holding a contest and all that shit. It's kind of like not a good idea anyways, supposedly, but I don't know. I'm tossing it up in the air as of now. I bet the inverted shadow's like, come on, hurry the fuck up. I want to get on this fucking thing. Hey! He's probably wanting to do this like fucking now. Maybe a Cards Against Humanity tournament. I don't know. It's a maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there might. I might just toss up a poll and just see what happens. Put it up on straw poll and see what happens. I probably better call Inverted Shadow because I bet he's probably pissed off asking me what the fuck I'm taking so long. It's already 46 minutes in.